Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Walking. No, this isn't. This is this is I got my miracle. I don't know where I'm going, but I got my miracle. Actually, Heather got her miracle, and that's why we're here today. This is one of my favorite interviews because we get to choose one person to step forward from the field of miracles this week that occurred during this amazing retreat this week and get to share with you. And my sister Heather was kind enough to say yes. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Welcome.
Pleasure to be here, really. I'm excited to speak about a place that, I hold near and dear, and it means a lot to me every time I come here. So, yeah.
I know, I was going to kind of hold that back and then kind of bring it later. But as you said, this is your fourth time here.
Yeah. It is my fourth time here. Every time I come here, there's something new learned. And each time I kind of wonder, like, why am I going back? But it's like, I know when I'm ready to go back, there's just this, there's just kind of reset that needs to happen. And so, I heed the calling, and then I get here, and every single time, I'm surprised and amazed at what comes up, and it's always something different. It's always something new, and I get to walk away with that feeling of just an immense amount of gratitude and love that's really just kind of indescribable. So, yeah.
You know what? I would love to hear, like, maybe the first time you came, were you coming out of a feeling like something's broken or I need to fix something? And I'm wondering, the second part of that question is, the subsequent times, are you still coming out of that feeling, or is there a different call?
I think the first time my husband had come in March of 2019, and I had scheduled, I kind of watched his progression over time, over that course of that year. And it was almost like it was such a shocking transformation. So shocking. Like, he was a completely different person. And I was almost in a grieving phase for the old Robert, that he came back so changed. And so, I would always say to myself, well, I don't need to go and do stuff like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't drink too much. I don't do too much tobacco. I'm not passively suicidal. Like, all of those things, like, that wasn't me. So, I kind of pushed that aside for forever. And then in 2020, I made the decision to come. It was at the end of 2020. And it was just kind of a culmination of just like so much, a lot of self-doubt and uncertainty, and just being incredibly hard on myself.
That was like coming out of the lockdown, right?
It was. I think I had my first scheduled week here, like, I think it was like in March or April of 2020. It might have been when Nessie Gomez was going to be here.
That's right. And we had to close.
Yeah. And so I rescheduled it and came in like October or November of 2020. And my son has also been here. And I just, I didn't really know what I was walking into, but yet I knew that the feelings that were coming up, and the fact that it just kept resurfacing, and this just heeding this call, that I was going to go get curious and see what it was all about. And yeah, those first 2 nights were just very like.
So the call here the first time was just curiosity, or was there something that called?
Yeah, it was partly curiosity, partly the feelings that I said, like just feeling like I was just really drowning in my work and spinning out of control, and just a lot of uncertainty with myself, and lack of feeling certain things. And I'm really good at like checking boxes and just like, yep, did that, but not really feeling into it. So that's what was kind of heated the first call. And then each one after is just like, I love this path. Like, I'm on it. I can't imagine
It's like
another
ever
path.
increasing, ever expanding.
Yeah.
You know, I was so this time you came, and what is different today than a week ago?
Mm.
Or what shifted? Or what's
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
perspective or download?
Yeah. Um, to honor who I really am. Many times I think that I can be a lot for some people,
Hmm.
in the sense that like I'll try to like make my light dimmer and not be my authentic self. I've done that over and over and over again in my life. And the medicine shared with me on Wednesday night that like she said, you know, there's only one you. Why would you ever want to like dim her? Ever, like go out there and shine your light. And it's so that is one thing. And then just this really strong message of um, staying in my heart.
Beautiful.
I mean, this really like strong pull and it's this reminder, it's almost like this mantra that I've had for a few days now, where it's like, stay in your heart, stay in your heart, stay out of your head and stay in your heart, feel into it. And yeah, I think like I knew that time was coming. I could feel it, like it was time to come back. Um, and it just was, you just know in between times when it's like you get brought back up in life and work and all the things. And this means so much to me, this path. And every time I'm here, I'm reminded 100-fold, like from the love that I feel when I'm on the medicine, sitting in ceremony, to, just the connection in the community here and all the people that are looking after you. Like I told the teacher of The Answer Is You, Kim Stanwood Terranova, like it's all thoughtfully curated. And that's what I told her. And it's all perfect how it comes together. And it's all just a lot of intention behind it. Everything here.
You know, I have a sense, tell me if this resonates with you, that this insight that you had this week about being your authentic self and staying in your heart isn't a new one. But it feels like it's a deeper, like probably territory that you covered earlier, but a deeper understanding, a more expanded understanding.
Yeah, I think that's right, because it's like, healing isn't linear. So you think that like, okay, well, I've done this already this many times. And so that's definitely, took care of that, like, no, like it's like this. And those are, that's been there, like deeply rooted for a very long time. And, she brought it up on Monday night, the medicine, and it was a very, very hard night on Monday night. And I was comfortable being in the uncomfortable, just sitting there in the suffering and not letting go. And I kept saying to myself and one of the helpers, I was like, I know better. Like, I know, like, not to sit in this uncomfortableness. And it was just like, why can't I let go? And so, yeah, you're right. Like it's been there for a long time. And just, yeah.
I feel like, I agree with you. Healing isn't linear. And I think of it in my journey as a spiral, right? It's like, if this is the situation, there's this story that I'm broken. That's what I've been working with for a while now. And so like the first pass, it's like maybe field mouse level, right? Like you're like field mouse crawling, and you're like, okay, I see this thing and I got it now and I understand it. And then like the next pass, it's like, dove, like I'm a dove, I'm flying over. Maybe the next pass, I'm a hawk. And maybe the next pass, it's like, the condor, right? Like it's the same same territory, different perspective of this thing that we're working on. And it's not like we're never going to heal, but that consciousness is infinite, right?
Mhm.
Um, and these insights keep coming, right? Like I had a
For sure.
huge insight this week for myself on this story that I've been healing for a long time. And I'm not like still stuck in the story like I was victimhood, like something's wrong with me. But there's like, oh wow, there's this other piece that I just unlocked that it's almost like a video game. You know, like
Yeah.
you have certain tools and skills and you
Yeah.
can do this at this level. But then
Yeah.
as you progress, you know, you got new skills,
Yeah,
new
yeah.
tools, a super blaster, more coins in your bag, and you can like access more stuff, you know?
Mhm.
And because I think it's interesting to say like, oh, I've been here 4 times, and maybe someone who hasn't ever been here before be like, well, I'll just never get, you know, I got to go there 4 times. No, you don't have to go here 4 times. About 70% of people don't come back. It's like, thank you, this is amazing. I'm so good, life changing. I don't ever need to do that again. And 30%, like you, have a, you know, interest on digging a little deeper in a different way. You know,
I always get the message from the medicine that like I was within my lineage, and you know, I was the chosen one to do the work, and that's just what I keep doing. And I can't imagine, it's just what it's become, and it's just part of who I am.
You know, when you said I'm the chosen one to do the work, I love that because, you know, we contain all of our ancestors in our DNA. And I've come to the realization, this is my personal insight, I'm not saying it's true, but I can't heal for somebody, right? I can't heal somebody. They got to do the work. A doctor could set your arm, but your body is healing that bone, right? The doctor can't heal it. You got to do it. Right. It's the same way with an individual. I can't heal my friend who's suffering an addiction. I can do everything I can to help him, but he's got to heal himself. And so in the same way, I can't heal my ancestors. But when we heal ourselves, we are healing that DNA in us. Right. And it's like setting them free and reestablishing order. And I feel like I'm healing the DNA lineage within me. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. What would you add to that? Or what does that, how resonate with you? How does that resonate with you? Or what is?
Yeah. I mean, like, I always see it as like, moving forward for future generations, that like my conscious choice to come and be the one to do this work is like, I get to be the one to help those future, like I said, generations and family members, so that some of these cycles and some of these patterns, that they can be broken.
Right. Exactly. Like you're shifting it, right? You're choosing a different path. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. What are you leaving with this week? What are you taking back with you that you want to embody in your life? I know you're talking about being in your heart. Yeah. And and a sense of okay.
No, I think I kind of hit on it, like that. The importance of this work for me, like I get wrapped back up in my daily life, and yes, I do my daily practices, and they're so meaningful to me, and I can't imagine life without them. But you know, we all get sidetracked, we get derailed, we get pulled in all these many different directions. And so I think what I want to take back is not only remembering all of this, but you know, and the connection to the higher self that I have right now, and that I feel the love that I feel, and taking back compassion, taking back kindness, no judgment of myself or others. Like those are all the qualities that I want to take back and share with the people that are in my, you know, in my world, and that I come in contact with. And yes, obviously, like I said before, honoring my authentic self, and because it's kind of one that can be kind of squishy at times, and I can try to like dim it and and not honor it and make it smaller, and that just, I'm done with that. Like I don't want to do that anymore. And because and to end, like, if I stay in my heart, then those qualities that I just said to you that I want to take back and you know exude to my family and my friends and the people that we are of, that we serve, um, that and know, if I'm in my heart and stay in my heart, then those things come. Um, they just come with ease, and
You know what I love? This insight that as you said, like being in my authentic self. Sometimes I feel like I have to dim myself
mm-hmm.
in order to be considerate of others or not,
Probably, yeah.
And the spiritual principle is there's only one good. And if it's good for you, it's good for them. And if it's good for them, it's good for you, because there's only one good. There's only really one thing happening. I can't hurt somebody without hurting myself, and I can't help somebody without helping myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you and me being our authentic self, like, actually is like role modeling that, and it gives other people permission to be their authentic selves.
Mm-hmm.
In Hindu mythology, there's this story of Indra, who's like a thunder god. Like, he's this vicious, thunder god.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess all thunder gods have to live on a high mountain, so Indra lives on a high mountain. But the story goes that he cast this net out over the whole universe from his mountain.
Mm.
And at each intersection of the net is a jewel.
Mm.
And each of those jewels is a human soul. And, what we do here is sort of like, we come in this shining jewel, right? We come into this earth plane, brilliant. You think,
Mm-hmm.
you see any 3 or 4 year old, and they're like, "Hi,
Mm-hmm.
what's this? How are you?"
Mm-hmm.
They're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Do you want to be my friend?" Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
no thing there, right? They're just their authentic self.
Yeah, for sure.
And then through time, through conditioning and traumas, and, again, trauma isn't what happened. It's the story that we tell ourselves about what happened. So, it could be, it doesn't matter if your childhood is picture perfect or pure chaos, you got a trauma. There's a story that leaves
Yep.
a mark.
Yep.
I'm not enough. I don't belong. I'm
Yep.
not lovable. And that sort of like covers up our jewel. It's like, we don't, there's nothing broken. We say, oh, there's nothing broken. Well, there's nothing broken. Why am I coming and drinking ayahuasca? To sort of fix
True.
myself, right?
It's true.
But it's like, it's not broken. It's just covered up with all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't be myself. I
Yes.
can't do this. I can't. And
Yeah.
as we do this work and drink the medicine
That's
and continue to do our practices, we're polishing that jewel. And
perfect.
you're saying,
Perfect.
I want to be my authentic self. It's like, I want to let my jewel shine.
That's perfect.
And your jewel, here's the thing, it's not just you shining, but actually think of that net. Alan Watts describes it as a spider web with dew, like morning dew. And like each dewdrop is reflecting the other dewdrops, So you're not shining too bright for others. You're actually reflecting and revealing the brilliance of all those around you when we get to be our authentic self,
I love that. Thank you
So,
for sharing.
Yeah,
That's a
thank
good
you.
one. Yeah.
Thank you. But that's like, I think about that because I too, you said to me earlier when we were talking before, before the camera went on, that you always been told you were too much. Or maybe you said that when the camera was on, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I, believe it or not, I've been told I'm too much. I know it's so hard to believe because I'm such a wallflower, but some people think I'm too much. And I say, fuck them. No. Well, that's one of the things we learn here, right? What you think of me is none of my business.
It's true. It's so true, but it's hard to embrace that too. Like, it takes, and that's something with the medicine that I think over time, like, you do begin to like truly believe that. Like, you really don't begin to care what people think. But man, that takes like,
it's hard.
It's hard,
It's so hard.
But with the work of the work that I've done alongside the medicine, and then in my, own life, like you can like finally begin to believe that and embrace it and be like, no, wait, I really don't. Okay, cool. Like, so.
I think you brought up such a great point too, that it's not just the retreat. Like you're not coming here to like have somebody, the shaman and the medicine do stuff to you, but that you get these insights and then you've continued to do the work when you get home. You do your practice. And what is your practice? What is your daily practice?
So I meditate in the morning. My husband and I kind of committed. Kim will love with this one, because I shared with her in class that my husband and I sit down each morning and we share our intentions for the day.
Yay!
So I shared that with Kim, and it's been very meaningful, and like it's kind of like, I think Kim likes to say, kind of like the compass for your day. But we've really gotten into the habit of that muscle memory of sharing that each day.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I have an evening meditation, and then kind of it's just meditating is my main thing, and then that intention setting, which is
that's all you need.
Yeah.
Really, I think moderate physical movement is super helpful, but meditation is the foundational practice.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're doing that. But that's what makes this the real miracle is when you get home.
For sure.
And you embody this through daily practice.
For
so
sure.
I'm so grateful that you have made that commitment.
Yeah.
Do you feel supported by the aftercare app that we have? Have you been doing?
Yeah, I actually did use it for a while. Loved that I finished out when I was here in October of last year. I finished out I think it's 13 weeks, but I finished that whole thing out. Did the breath work with Giovanni and listened to Kim, and then you were doing the meditation, and so I that was really, really nice, because when you go back home like that medicine tribe, that medicine family, like not for everybody, they don't have that, they don't get to go home to a medicine family. Some people, they are kind of loners in this, like they don't know anyone in their community, their partner isn't doing it. Fortunately, I have a big medicine family back home, so I feel supported by them. But that's one way to really stay connected for people that don't have that huge, medicine tribe around them. So, yeah.
This has been so great talking to you.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that's bubbling up that you want to say, or do you feel complete?
I just, I always love to like take a moment. I just want to acknowledge the staff, because I was thinking about that the other day, and how every single person over there, whether they're groundskeeping, whether they're in the restaurant, whether they're in housekeeping, whether they're at the front desk, they take that moment to say hello. And it's a genuine hello. Like every single person takes the time to make you feel wanted and welcome. And I just want people to know that, and everyone that's, most importantly, the people that work there, that these people are making the guests feel very welcome and comfortable.
And you may not know, but Heather's in the service industry, right? Catering and restaurants.
Yeah.
So you understand service and what it takes to have a staff that's that responsive.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the hardest things. So the fact that they I'm watching them, do their thing, and they're fully engaged and fully committed. And it's a really beautiful thing. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for saying yes to this.
Yeah.
It was really great to see you again.
It was great to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all so much for joining us. And we'll see you next week. Have a beautiful day. Blessings.